Hello and welcome to an awesome review, and today we're looking at the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Warrior Horse with Samurai Usage Yojimbo. Yeah, this is I guess their vehicle line for right now. The horse is not articulated. I want to point that out first, but it is really nice. We're going to be taking a look at it in a second. A few things I want to note is they retail for about $20. Dollar difference between Walmart and Toys R Us. The figures they come with are variants of their normal versions of them. And by normal versions, I mean there's another samurai version of Usagi Yojimbo, not the regular bunny one that I already reviewed. Bunny one. I don't know why I said bunny. He's a samurai. But yeah, they're variants of it. So basically there's another figure that looks exactly like him, but with brown armor instead of silver, so basically the paint is slightly different. And I believe the helmet has a difference where the mask might not separate with the helmet. At least that's what I read somewhere. I don't have the figure, so I can't confirm it, but I did want to mention that right now. He can hold the reins, as you can see here, and any noises you hear like that are my chair. I apologize. I need to figure out a better way to film this because it's kind of, yeah, but anyways, I'm not stick my arm around things. Let's take the horse and take a quick look of him. And you can see the detail on it is nice. It is hollow plastic, in case anyone's wondering. They did kind of like empty the legs a little bit, save I guess a little bit of plastic there. Detail is rubber, and it doesn't really move. I guess it does, so there is some articulation if you want to count the tail right there. You can see the armor plating on the back. I really like the metallic blue it has on here, the gold on it. The reins look nice. They do kind of move, so you can move them forward and you can move them back. So if you don't want them like up there, move them down. It looks a little bit more realistic for when it's sitting instead of like having the things like up. These little flaps that go over, I guess, the ears do kind of move. The rubber. And I think that's about it for it. Oh, well, the little foot things move. But the feet don't fit in there. But yeah, it's fine. It looks fine with it. You can see the eye of the horse right there. The armor, like I said, looks really nice. It's not really much to complain about. It is kind of, I don't know. I know it'd be really hard for them to make a horse they can articulate and make it cheap, I should say. But it would have been really cool if, he could move. The hoofs aren't covered. That's the only real complaint I have about that. I guess the paint is a little bit weird right here. There's like some of the black silver coming onto the brown here. But I think that's pretty much it. This is rubber. Didn't mention that. They kind of move, but not really. Yeah, it's nice. Like, when he's on the horse, you can get him to some cool poses. I think it looks good. Not really too many things to complain about. Like I said, I do wish it moved, for the price and everything. It would have been nice. Maybe some more accessories and stuff. I get that the horse is the accessory. Still would have been nice to get something else because of the fact that it's not a movable one. At least the vehicle ones, they roll around and stuff, so that's my only complaint with that. But the figure itself, I think, is really good. And funny enough, if you're looking for a version of this character that's cheap and you can't find the regular version of him in stores, the samurai version of him I've seen on Amazon for $13. Yeah, it's a little bit over retail, but it's definitely cheaper than buying the regular version of him, the samurai armor version, I should say, instead of, buying the regular version of him with the robe for $30. You can buy the samurai version of him with the brown armor for around $13. Yeah, so the mask, as you can see, looks really good. You can see his eyes through it. I think it's been done really nice. The gold on it, the detail on it is really good. Playmates really, I don't know, I want to say if they outdid themselves, but they did a really good job with the detail on this figure, with the armor, all the little insignias, little signs and everything on him look amazing. The helmet looks amazing. You can see his ears coming down from there. yeah, detail wise, I think it is a really good figure. Let's take the helmet off. This does separate in two, and what I was saying is I'm not sure, but I think that the normal version might, at least from what I read, might be one solid piece for this one. It would help because the rubber does tend to fall off really easy, but it does look cool to be able to do something like that. So like I said, I'm not 100% sure. You know, I could be wrong. It could come off. I'm just, you know, reiterating what someone else said as just kind of a warning and a heads up for you guys. But yeah, look, the armor on the head, just like we have the little rivets right here, the line work right there. All of it looks really, really good. I will say though, a black wash would probably help highlight it a little bit and make it look so much better. Same with the mask. The mask, I mean, it's pure gold with the white teeth, and I really like the white on here. The line work and everything on it, I think, has been done really well. So they did a great job with that. I'm just going to set that aside back here. And you can see it is a different head sculpt than the regular robed version. You know, his mouth is straight here, his ears are done back in like a little, well, it's still a ponytail, but they're done back anyway. No more sideway little grin. The swords, which, by the way, I forgot your name. Posted a comment today. On the other figure, you can actually remove this. It is kind of glued on, but you can remove the sheath on the robed figure. Sorry, I don't remember the person who commented the name, but you know who you are, so thanks on that. It came off actually really easy, and I think it's because of how hot it's been where I'm filming. On the other one, it came off. This one's more rubber, and I don't trust pulling it, so I'm going to leave this one as is, though it does kind of feel like it gets in the way. They have it going more up than the other one is, and I'm assuming that's so it doesn't interfere when it's on the horse, but I don't know. It gets in the way and it kind of bugs me. Anyways, it comes with the same two swords as the other one. Nothing much to say. One's longer, one's shorter. So there's that. And really quick, just another look at the detail on the armor, because it looks amazing. Now, my biggest complaint is probably the fact that he has these brown sleeves, as you can see, but under his armor, where his shirt should be, and it should be brown, it's just his white fur color. And you can see the mold for the robe under here where his neck is. I really wish they had painted that brown so it can match, because otherwise he's wearing armor with sleeves but no shirt, and that's just kind of weird. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Articulation wise, he is still really good. His arm doesn't move up as much because of the armor right there, but it still moves up a really good amount. We still have that rotation right here. We have that single jointed elbow, complete rotation on the hand. He can kind of look up. I mean, by kind of, I mean not really at all. He can look down a pretty good amount. He does have a pivot on his head, so he can look that. And he can look left and right, and he can rotate it, but the ears do kind of get in the way. Kick wise, he can kick forward that much. I keep forgetting the camera's like up here because of how far back I had to do the horse. He can kick back way better because this is rubber and not hard plastic like on the other one. He does have his single jointed knee. If you want him to go side to side, you do have to rotate the peg there, and then he can do kind of like a sideways kick, though the rubber does push it down. And he does have the rotation up here at his knee instead of at his foot, which is kind of interesting because the other one had it at his foot, so I don't know why they decided to switch it up. But either way, I think this is a really good figure, and I do recommend it. Is it worth getting it? War the horse. That's really your call. I mean, I think the horse does look really good. The color variant on this, I really like the silver over the brown, though I'm probably still going to get the brown one eventually, just because I don't know, because I apparently like buying the same character multiple times and I can't get his helmets on to look good. But yeah, I definitely do recommend at least getting the regular version of him if you don't want the horse. With the horse, I think it makes a great display piece. You can pose him on it. He does sit on it pretty easily. Just, you know, that kind of move his legs out, and you can see he does sit on it pretty good. Like I showed in the beginning, he can hold the reins and everything. So it's definitely a figure to look into. If you don't want the one with the horse, at least get the regular version of him with the brown armor, or just go with the normal robed version. I know he's probably the harder one to find at the moment because a lot of people want him, but yeah, you know, it's a good figure, it's a good character, it's a good series. I can't recommend him enough. Not much else to say. You know, height-wise, they're pretty much the same. I think the head sculpt on this one is a little bit bigger than that. Obviously, the ears make him taller. A really quick size comparison with a Battle Shell Donatello. See, Donatello is still taller than both of them. Maybe shorter than the hair, but still technically taller than both of them. And I don't really know what these are called, but this Leonardo, you can see the Leonardo here is a little bit taller. These versions of the characters are a little bit bigger in general than the Battle Shell ones, which are a little bit more accurate to the cartoon from Nickelodeon. And just for the heck of it, because I have him sitting right here and I didn't do it last time, here he is next to a Shredder, which you can see Shredder is definitely taller. This is a modified version. Switched out the arms with the articulated arm Shredder and stuff. But yeah, he's a great figure. Can't recommend him enough. Like I said, you don't need to get the one with the horse. It's really your preference. If you don't like it, if you're not a fan of it, then either go for this version of him. Just drops his sword. One thing I will say, he drops his swords pretty easily, which is why there's going to be no stop motion with this video. Because doing the stop motion I did for that video was annoying because his swords fall out of his hands so easy. I don't know about him. I want to say they're about the same hands, so it would probably fall off as easy. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Now I'm just rambling. So, side note, I will have comic book reviews coming soon. Hopefully. It's been ridiculously hot lately, so these are the easiest things to film. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.